Doug Blevins, the band director here, and my wife Tanya back there is the assistant and the helper, and really the one that runs everything. I just get to stand in front, but nobody's going to argue with that, I guarantee you. But we're glad you're here, and I'm really excited about this concert. This is our Midwinter concert. We're going to showcase what we've been working on, what we've been doing since the turn of the semester back in January, and even missing a week of snow and a day of ice before that. So we've got a pretty good program. I'm excited about it. Getting ready for our contest season. So one of the pieces we're going to start, it's not a contest type piece, but it's what we use as a warm-up chorale every day. You'll know it as Danny Boy, probably. It's what's called Fantasy on an Irish tune. And it's just a great little, I think you'll like it. It's just a nice little chorale warm-up type piece. So that's what we're going to start with tonight. And I think you'll enjoy this. All right, as they change their music, we're going to introduce you to the all-region band students. If you made the all-region band, would you stand up and let everybody take a look at you? We're going to put you on the screen too. So those that made the all-region band, stand up, would you? There they are. There's a looking group right there. We're so proud of them. Thank you, guys. All right, y'all can be seated. And we're going to go ahead and play our our first contest piece. This is what we're going to open up with here in our contest coming up. We got a little pre-contest thing on Saturday here. I'll talk more about that in a minute. And then we've got the regional contest coming up in Harrison. And then hopefully the state contest coming up in Jonesboro. We're looking forward to qualifying for that, so hopefully all that pans out. But this is what we'll open up that concert with, called Aces of the Air. It's a circus march, so I think you're going to like it. Piece for you. Before we do that, let me let you meet our all-state qualifiers. And well, we had a near scare last week. They were supposed to travel down to Hot Springs in the snow, and so they canceled it, and that made us all like hold our breath. They ended up rescheduling. It'll be a little bit smaller event, but they're still going to get to have that experience. And so I want these guys to stand. Maynard on French horn. Andrew on the tuba. Israel on the flute, and Carson on the bassoon. Thank you. We're really proud of these guys, and they're sophomores, so they've got some more time left. So thank you guys, appreciate that. So we're going to play the next tune for you now. You're going to recognize it probably. You probably weren't around the 1850s when it was written, but you're going to recognize it because it's the Arkansas Traveler. And it's a popular folk tune written way back. And Pierre Laplante, it's weird, kind of weird, he's a French composer, but he's the one that arranged the Arkansas Traveler. So we've made it. You know, when Arkansas is being thought of by the French, I guess, in that way, you could say we have arrived. But it's a really neat little piece, and so I wanted to play it. It happened to be on the contest list, so we're going to take it to contest here next week. But this one's called Traveling Music. All right, so as I mentioned a while ago, we're going to have our Invitational, Bobcat Invitational Concert Band Festival coming up this Saturday. Our 8th grade band will play up here on the stage at 9 o'clock. It's one of the kind of their first outing in that kind of environment. It's a contest in the clinic. And then after that, I believe Cotter High School is coming over. Elkins will be here, as well as Huntsville. High school bands will all be here that day. And then we'll close the evening or the afternoon at 2:45 with our high school band here in a clinic and concert. So as we prepare for the regional contest, which is Saturday, March 15th, and the tentative time for that is 2:45, and I'll have more information when I get that nailed down. That'll be over in Harrison, at the Harrison High School Auditorium. So a couple of events before, and then hopefully I can talk about state after the regional. We'll have to wait and see if we qualify, but that's the plan. So we're going to play next for you a piece by one of my favorite composers, Frank Kelly. It's called Loch Lomond, and you're going to recognize the folk tune, but what he's done really, it's kind of a little bit longer piece than I would normally put on a concert like this, but it's just so beautiful, and I felt like, man, we just need some real good stuff, so that's why we're playing it. But you're going to hear a little bit of the Irish tune that we started with in our warm-up. You're going to hear that at the end, melded with this melody, and the way this composer does it is just, it's like none other. And so I hope that this will kind of get you in the feels, because it's just a really pretty tune, Loch Lomond. one kind of wears you out, and then all of a sudden at the end, you're just like, that's nice. So I hope you heard both melodies. Maybe I'm the only one that feels that way, but it's amazing how I feel. Well, it's not on the program, so y'all just bear with me. You're like, oh, we're halfway done. Well, not quite, so just hang tight. I wanted to explain to you, Ms. Lowe's and I have been part of this project for many years. In fact, I was part of its inception, I believe. You might remember a few years ago, we had a group called the Dallas Brass come to town. They played a quintet, or we did the arena, and it was kind of a pretty big deal, and lots of it. We just filled that place up, and it was fun. And I've been friends with the Dallas Brass folks for quite a long time. And way back when I was in Rogers, I hosted them numerous times. And I was sitting out on the steps of the Rogers High School one day right before a concert, and I was kind of literally having a sandwich with the director. And I said, man, I just love to play at nursing homes and for older people. And I said, but there's no music for it. Like nothing that's just really appropriate, that really fits. And I have to make everything up and you know, out of hymn books and things like that. And I said, somebody needs to write some stuff that it's appropriate for folks kind of in their senior years, that they would really enjoy that. And so a couple of years later, the guy's name is Mike Levine. Mike sent me some prototypes of a Harmony Bridge series that he's working on with just that type of music. And he wrote 3 books in the series, a trio book for 3 instruments that starts at the beginning band level. We're going to play a few of those on Thursday night at that concert. These kids have all grown up with that. They've played through that part of the series. And there's another book, the one we're going to play out of tonight's an intermediate edition, and it goes into 4 parts. And then there's an advanced edition that goes into 5 parts. And they're all folk tunes. They're all tunes that older folks would definitely recognize, and if they don't necessarily recognize them, they definitely enjoy them just because of the folk nature. And there's patriotic, and there's religious stuff, and there's just everything in there that everybody would have kind of grown up listening to. So I wanted to give you a little taste of that. Mike was scheduled, so we took a little group, and back up a little bit, we took a few kids up to the Midwest International Band Conference in Chicago over Christmas, right before Christmas break, and they played primarily out of the Harmony Bridge series. That was the music we used for our repertoire. And we played for the opening of the exhibits there in Chicago for literally probably 6,000 band directors. I mean, there were people everywhere. It was so packed. And we were at the grand opening of the thing, and so it was just and it was a really special time because there was a lot of social media posts, Arkansas proud, USA, because we were at an international event, and just really kind of a feel-good deal. And Mike couldn't be there for that. He came in, he flew in the next day, and he's like, hey, I heard you played my stuff, and the crowd was singing head, shoulders, knees, and toes, and I said, they were 6,000 band directors singing head, shoulders, knees, and toes. And, the Muffin Man, is one of the ones in the book that they sing and play along. So anyway, he met the group that went with us and talked with them, and he said, man, I've got to come to Berryville again, just me, and let me hang out with you guys for a week, see how you're using it, what you're doing. Maybe we can go to a couple of nursing homes while I'm there. And so we had all that set up. And then that was the week we had the ice. And so we decided to cancel his flight so that he wouldn't come all the way to Berryville and just sit in a hotel for several days, wondering if we're going to have school and can get buses out and all that. So we're talking about a makeup day. KY3 was scheduled to be here. They were going to cover the whole day and just kind of make it a big deal. And so I talked to the folks at KY3. They're up for coming back whenever we get it rescheduled and just kind of showcasing that. But I'm excited about the project. We take the kids. These kids have been out to the nursing homes around the area, Harrison, Eureka Springs, and here locally, playing since they were in 6th, 7th grade. We use it at the ice cream social. In fact, I just got about a 2.5-hour block this summer for the ice cream social. They want the band. They've expanded our block because they like what we do, I guess. But it's going to be a lot of the Harmony Bridge stuff, and it's just fun audience type stuff. And so we're going to take 7th and 8th graders, primarily do the project early on. They go to, this year we've got one group going to Harrison, one group going to Eureka, and then we have the 6th graders going over to here in Berryville locally to Blossoms right after the spring concert. So the older guys, now these kids have already all done that, so we don't take them out as much. We do a Memorial Day presentation over there at the Blossoms here in Berryville, where they present quilts to the veterans that are in the nursing home. And so it's a real special time. There's some patriotic stuff and just some fun stuff in this book. So we're going to play a couple of pieces of the full band, And then I'm going to have what we call the Chicago group of 8 kids. They're going to come down front and play for you just a couple of the types of things, give you more of a feel of what it would be like if we were actually at the nursing home. So we're going to play a couple. You're going to recognize these right off the bat.